Well, welcome to Settled on the Field, everybody. Today, we're beginning our Olympic countdown. So, we don't know how many days it is until the Olympics, but it's coming up. And it's going to be in Paris this year. We're excited.
Summer 2024.
Summer 2024.
We're bouncing
Paris.
on some trampolines.
We're hitting some shuttlecocks.
Slapping at some field hockey balls.
We're getting excited.
Does anybody know somebody that has played field hockey before?
Like
no.
ever? Field hockey.
Yeah, like ever. Like
There was an entire women's field hockey team at Ball State when I was there, and I didn't know a single one of them. They probably all still exist. Don't know.
Have you ever played badminton in the backyard?
Definitely. Those little birdies, they go flying, and then you can't find them.
We have a badminton set right now in the garage and all the sports stuff. I feel like we used to maybe mess around and play some badminton back in the day. It was always kind of difficult.
It was difficult because the shuttlecock was always the cheap plastic one.
Cheap plastic shuttlecock.
And it was like you hit it and then it barely ever came back to you, it seemed like.
Well, I found one in the gutter just the other day. I was cleaning out some leaf debris, and there's one up there in the gutter. So
somebody was playing badminton.
Yeah. I think Baby Ezra had the racket the other day.
Have you ever jumped on a trampoline? Can you do a backflip?
Definitely jumped on a trampoline, from the small exercise-sized one that we used to jump and dunk a ball to the one like my neighbor has, maybe 8, maybe 12 feet. One of my kids' friends, they've got a springless trampoline. Don't know how that works, but it works. So yeah, I've been on one.
What I like about the trampoline these days are the people that dig a hole and put their trampoline down into the hole so that you can't fall off. Have you ever seen this? So
No.
then it's that's hardcore right there.
So instead of falling 6 feet or 4 feet off the edge, you just hit the ground.
However high you jump, that's how far you're going to fall.
Just don't freaking hit the ground.
Oh, but could you imagine landing on the side and your back hits the ground? Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah, the trampoline is kind of a dangerous it's kind of a dangerous thing. I guess Melissa brought the memory back that we had a neighbor that had a trampoline and they made us sign off before we would jump.
The McCluskeys.
I did not remember that till she brought that memory back.
I remember it 100%. McCluskeys, Katie, R.I.P., Julie, moving across the street, and they've got a trampoline.
They brought their trampoline.
They've got a spree. People are flocking to their house to jump on the trampoline. Only one in the neighborhood of 30 houses.
It was exciting that there was a trampoline in the neighborhood.
It wasn't exciting for me. I couldn't find anyone to play football, basketball, baseball.
I was intimidated to go on that trampoline because it was all older kids were jumping on it.
And now the story comes full circle. We're going to have Bill break down the U.S. Olympic trampoline team for us today.
Hey, if that's how you want to do this, let's do it. All right. So when you're talking Olympics, the first thing that comes into your mind is not trampoline. But the trampoline has been an event since 2000 in Sydney, Australia. Okay.
A whole 4 years.
Couple of times, right? So here's a couple of the rules. You got one gymnast is allowed to perform at a time. Okay, you're not going to just get up there and interfere with others' performance. You got to perform routines within the designated area of that trampoline. You can't go beyond the boundary. So, if it's a dug-in hole, you can't just jump and land on the ground and then do some kind of move to get out. You got to stay on the trampoline. Did you know that it must always start and finish on your feet? So you can't just land on your butt. You could land on your butt and do a flip, or land on your back and whatever moves you're thinking of, but you got to finish on your feet.
Landing on
And then
my butt
after
is
all
the
the judges
only
have
move I
given,
have.
when the judge gives you the go signal, and right now I'm imagining the athletes must commence within 1 minute. Now that doesn't seem like a very stringent rule right there, but that is a rule.
So they have to.
They're allowed.
So they could do it for 20 seconds if they wanted to, but they just have to be done in 1 minute.
No, they have to begin within the 1 minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's end within a minute. Okay.
No, sorry. Maybe I did.
Okay.
And now athletes are allowed one extra bounce to center and balance themselves before landing on the feet. So if you happen to land on your knees, you can get that one more to land on your feet. All right. So who do you think the favorites are in trampoline?
I was thinking that it was going to be Megan Armstrong.
You have a particular person. I think it's Cindy McMillan.
If Cindy McMillan would participate in the trampoline ever since 1984, she would definitely be at the Olympics this summer. However, the only American that we have in the solo event is Jessica Stevens. Okay. She took the bronze in one of the qualifying events. It was in November in 2023, not that long ago. The World Championships were held. She took the bronze. The one who took the gold in that event was Brioni. Now you're going to hear Brioni. Brioni's the lead. Brioni Page. She's going to be a name here. She's from the UK, Great Britain. She took the gold. She's the favorite. However, China has won 14 out of the 36 medals since this 2000 debut. So China's got, they've got it on lock.
Well, I got a question. The 2000 debut, right? So it's like 24 years. So that's what, 6 Olympics?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe 7, depending on how you do your math.
Wow. So that's out of the 36 medals, they won 14 gold.
Yeah, they've cleared half of all medals. So we'll see. Now, there is such thing as a synchro. So women's and men's synchro. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if this is part of the Olympics or not, but it was part of the World Championships, and we've got some more U.S. competitors if they include the synchro.
Okay, now by synchro, you mean there's two people doing the exact
synchronization,
same...
correct.
Okay.
And so you can imagine the judges are judging them on, okay, you got to land solidly on your feet like gymnastics. You got to do a flip, a double flip, some spins. All those things are judged.
So if you know somebody that's in, competitive trampolining, I guarantee you're tuning into the Olympic trampoline events, right? They're going to be streamed live on,
I mean, I would... Yeah, it'll be on that. It'll be on that Peacock in between the shuttlecock. You're gonna have Brioni Page, right? They're gonna do this event at the Bercy Arena, and it's like a pyramid with grass on the outside. It's gonna be a well recognized arena for this upcoming Olympics. So, what other questions you got? I can get down on a trampoline across the street if I want, but I don't think I can compete at the Olympics.
I would like the Joe's the Schmoes version of you performing on the trampoline across the street.
I would like that. I would sidebar in that, someone, like we mentioned, Cindy McMillan could have done this since 1984. If someone's been doing this their whole lives, I have to question what their thought process is and how did they even get into this, which is always a question for many Olympics sports.
Many sports.
How do you get into this in the beginning?
This is going to be my guess. They're doing gymnastics. They're doing all the things. The beam, the bars. They go on the trampoline and they just happen to rock.
Mr. Poe's gym had one of those trampolines in the pit. So you had an old warehouse that had like the dock where the truck would back down. And so they built it with a little platform in there. And then the trampoline was even with the pads of the gymnastics place. So Deanna, that's performing in the trampoline division soon.
I could imagine we might see that.
For sure.
I believe Mr. Poe passed away this year. Or 2023. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Mr. Poe.
Um,
For the fans out there who don't know Mr. Poe, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
well, Mr. Poe was so he was the health teacher at John Adams High School for many years. And he was also the operator, I believe, of USA Gymnastics in Mishawaka.
He used to work at the Y when they had gymnastics back in the day. And Molly Sharp was a competitive gymnast. She trained with Bela Karolyi. But when she was like 10, maybe, Andy and I was 9, Andy was 11, and they wouldn't have enough judges for events. And Andy and I would go to a lot of them just because we had to run around and jump around and stuff. And I remember being like 9 or 10 years old, and I was judging gymnastics competitions.
Oh my God. And so were you giving favor to Molly, or were you very
like, I don't remember any of the things. I just remember sitting at a table with some other lady and Andy and I, and we would all be like, okay, that was pretty good.
Hold up a 7?
They're probably just getting you involved and didn't include your scores in the official competition. Come on.
I don't know, man. We were definitely judges. I remember being a judge. Floor routine.
Fantastic.
This is late breaking news.
Who knew? You might have sent someone onto the Olympics. You don't even know it.
Right, exactly.
All right, Jeb, you might not know that, but what do you know about field hockey?
I got some information for you about field hockey. Do you know where the name field hockey comes from? It's a French word.
Which part of the name? Field comes from the field.
No. The
hockey comes from it's close to hockey. I don't know.
The French word hockey. Hockey.
Hockey?
Meaning a shepherd. Hockey. It's a shepherd's crook. It's in reference to the curved-shaped hockey stick they use. The game's been known to be around all the way 4,000 years ago in Europe, or in Egypt. I'll tell you what, field hockey, none of us know a single field hockey player. There's 3 of us. All right, so there's 11 players on the field. They use the stick. They can drive, control, or hit the little hard ball down the field. One of the most interesting rules in all of sports is everybody must have an opportunity to play the ball. So you can't just block with your body to protect the ball.
There's no blocking out. I can't block out like basketball and get to it.
No, you have to. They always get an opportunity to take the ball.
Okay.
And then most goals wins. You can only score a goal if you're within the 16 yard box, or I don't even know what it's called. 16. The striking circle. I believe it's 16 yards out.
So you have to. You're forced to drive for a close shot. You can't take some like it's a tie game and you shoot it from half midfield.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get pretty basic games similar to just like all goal scoring games, real hockey, lacrosse, soccer. I mean, it's similar looking game.
What is the size of the bowl?
Is it the same size as a lacrosse bowl?
I believe so, yep. But it doesn't bounce as much. It's a little harder. You can't block it with your body at all. So, like, you can't put your foot out and stop it or block it with your chest. The goalie can, but a normal player can't. The Olympic field hockey is really going to come down to 2 teams. The Netherlands, this is women's. The Netherlands and the Netherlands and South Africa, with a little bit of Australia having a chance. So right now, the Netherlands in the International Pro League is 12-0. No one's even close to them. They're completely dominating. So they'll probably go back to back.
Do they wear orange like their soccer team? So I'm taking the Netherlands.
Only taking the Netherlands. The American team did qualify. They got second in the field hockey qualifier for the Olympics. They lost to Germany. Right now in the International Pro Field Hockey League, we have Liz Jebber is leading our team with 3 goals in like 11 games or so. So we don't score
What
a
is
lot
an
of
average
goals. It's
score of a high
like
of a
2-1,
field?
2-0,
Okay.
3-1. Yeah, it's pretty low scoring because
Okay.
you can't defend yourself. Like if you have the ball, anybody can just come take it from you. Like
I don't think that I would phrase it that way, but you
It's
can't.
such a very odd.
You can't
Yeah.
shield them, so it's like, yeah, you constantly see 5 people like bent over hacking at the ball
So there,
till it
I'm
pops
sorry,
out.
but so I'm taking my stick, which
Your
is similar to a
hockey
hockey stick,
hacket.
a
Yeah.
hacket, and I'm hitting the ball, and it rolls, and then they're like shooting it at each other with this hockey stick.
You can
yeah,
pass.
they kind
Field
of stick
hockey.
handle it a little bit. They pass, but yeah, it's,
Are they allowed to do a slap shot, or are they supposed to keep their stick on the ground?
you have to control your stick or it's a penalty. So
Hmm.
similar to hockey.
Don't
The
throw your
men,
stick.
the men, it's just going to be Belgium. There's no other team that even plays field hockey, I believe. It's just Belgium. The Americans are represented. We didn't make it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
the rest of the men's teams have advanced into lacrosse. They've decided to stand up.
But I'd be really interested to know if somebody knows a field hockey player because it does look like a fun sport. Like I'm here laughing about it because I know nothing. You know, that's your defense mechanism. When you don't know something, you laugh. But I mean, I'll admit I've turned on the college lacrosse game on college field hockey game on ESPN Plus before.
I feel as if I do know a girl that played field hockey, but I'd have to think really hard about who that was.
Yeah, I don't know that you know anyone.
Well, maybe not.
They do normally play on a turf field. Is that correct? I mean, from your
That is correct. The stadium, I can't pronounce the name, but the stadium looks awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and give the field hockey teams mad credit across the country for supplying the football teams with a place to practice when we didn't used to have artificial turf fields for a practice field, because they existed for them and then we would use them for a field, and then all of a sudden everyone had artificial turf fields, so we had to build extra practice fields, but we used to share them for sure.
But it's a game that's been around for years and years and years, thousands of years. So we will see. July 27th through August 9th. Gold medal game is August 9th, and the men's is August 8th.
All right. And I didn't mention the dates for trampoline, but that kicks off August 2nd. You're throwing around some history, so let's go over to Liz for some badminton. What do you know about that shuttlecock history?
Well, I got to tell you, the shuttlecock actually has a very turbulent history as of late. So, shuttlecock is, or formerly was made of 16 goose feathers, all taken from the left wing of a goose.
This is some made up stuff you're talking about right
I
now.
am not. So the 16 feathers all had to face the same direction so that the shuttlecock would fly in the same way.
Wow.
So people, of course, were up in arms about us plucking these feathers out of geese.
Nobody likes geese, so who would be up in arms?
I don't know, because similar to ducks, they shit everywhere. And it's not going to hurt them. I mean, I won't go up with...
I've got to dodge that goose stuff every day up and down the canal, so yeah.
My son's Lego team was called Goose Poop, and you have to like create something to talk about, and they created a whole system for cleaning up goose poop in parks. And they made it to state in the Lego competition because it's the Lego robotics, but a lot of the Lego robotics has to do with your presentation. So they had a sweet presentation on collecting goose poop
with Legos. Or like
little like bulldozer style
yeah, like a Zamboni
robot. Zamboni would pick it up and drop it.
I mean, that's fantastic, because we need something like that. I need something like that in my backyard. So, but this is true. And so ever since the 2020 Olympics was the last time they used real goose feathers. So this year will be the first Olympics where they're using a synthetic shuttlecock made of a fabric rather than actual real feathers.
That's quite the history.
It was the players were not, according to some of the interviews I watched, they weren't too distraught by it, but they did say they thought that the birdie would fly a little bit differently, maybe not quite as far. So this will be the first Olympics that we see this in. But
what do they play up to in badminton?
So badminton is similar to volleyball, maybe tennis. It's best 2 out of 3. They play up to 21, and you have to win by 2. If it goes back and forth long enough, it's the first person to 30, and you don't have to win by 2 if you get to 30.
It's like playing 21 in basketball, but with no tips. Anyone?
Right.
Anyone?
No tips?
Yeah,
Don't know.
No tips. I assume that Australia's probably the gold standard in shuttlecock.
Well, you would maybe think that, but in fact, it is the one and only China. China.
I have seen some footage of one-on-one.
So China, does anyone have the stats on how many gold medals China has won in badminton? It's
20 golds, 12 silvers, 15 bronze.
So they are leading the way in all the countries is China, but
He's just second with 8 golds, 6 silvers, and 7 bronze.
This year, the U.S. is sending their second most amount of athletes since Rio. So in Rio, we sent 7, and this year we're sending 6. There's a twin doubles team, Carrie and Annie Zhu.
Yeah.
And Bai Wen Zhang, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, is 10th in the world. So she's going as well. And
she's
then
solo, right? She's an individual player?
She's the solo individual. Then we have Vincent Chu and Joshua Yuan are the doubles. And Vincent Chu and Jeannie Guy are the mixed doubles together.
So the Olympics includes solo, doubles, and mixed doubles.
Yes.
Could you
have you seen how much? Go ahead.
My bad, Billy. Could you imagine if they played like volleyball 6-on-6? The thing would never hit the ground. It would just
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Have you seen how much ground they cover when it's a solo match?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing how far these things fly, considering that, like I said, when we played as kids, they just dropped to the ground. I never thought anyone could ever play this. But
well, I'll tell you what, I'm getting a badminton set in the next 5 days, and it's on like Donkey Kong in my neighborhood.
Okay, because I want to see this, because we need a little pros versus schmoes, so let's get out there, let's get some video.
Badminton would be a good thing to start with, for sure.
Ever interested in seeing the world's largest birdie, aka shuttlecock? It is in Kansas City at the museum there. And they have about, I can't remember, it's 4 or 6 18-foot shuttlecocks in their lawn of the art museum there in Kansas City. Oh, there it is. The Nelson Atkins Museum of Art in Kansas City. I think pretty cool looking. Made by Klaus Oldenburg and, again, excuse me, Koosje van Bruggen. It's a pretty big deal in Kansas City. At first, people didn't like it. Now people get married over there by those by those birdies.
So the Olympics, they play in a pretty cool looking venue too, Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And I'm trying to find the schedule here for you, but it's not giving me that information.
Well, So we mentioned this on our last episode, but I just wanted to bring it up again. That the opening ceremonies are going to go down the Seine River. Is it the Seine River?
Yep.
And it's free
See-
to anyone who's in Paris. So how awesome is that? So if you're out there, if you're going, make sure you get there for those opening ceremonies because you get to
That'd
see
be
it for
pretty
free.
cool. I envy those boat captains.
That would be really cool.
Cruise down the river, some Olympians on the waving, whatnot.
I'm
All
excited
right,
to see
so-
where they put this torch.
It's got to be the Eiffel Tower. They're gonna shoot the thing. It's gonna hit this torch at the top, and the Eiffel Tower is gonna light up.
You think it's going to be like a archery bow?
That would be awesome. Is
I
there
think
someone
they've
out
done
there
that
that's
before.
They've done
Hey.
that before for sure. I think in Atlanta they did that with the
Yeah,
Muhammad
I
Ali
think-
lighting.
Yeah.
well, hey,
Well, maybe
Why
it'll
not?
be
we
a
can do that again.
I think it could be a speed climber going up the Eiffel Tower
Whoa, Spider
That
Man.
would be
with
pretty
the torch.
pimp.
I mean, it's
That would
an
be cool.
Olympic sport. Yeah.
Or a
Maybe-
trampolinist
A
jumping
trampoline.
right there, jumps to the top.
Or
Just jump up and
jumps up.
smack. They jump up and smack boards, and the whole Eiffel Tower
Oh.
turns on.
And then hits the shuttlecock with a badminton thing because they can't get that high.
I can't wait.
All right, Olympic trivia. So now you can watch the Olympics on just about, you can watch it on your phone, your tablet, your TV. You can stream it. You can watch it on NBC, Peacock. What year was the first Olympics televised live?
It's a good one. I'm gonna go with sometime in the 50s. Wait, live. Hold on. Sorry, live.
1976.
1976. That was the year I was born. I ain't that old, bro.
You think it was live before that? All right. I mean,
Yeah.
evidently it was. So
I don't
I'll go
know.
with 1968.
I mean, 1980 Olympics.
I don't know what capabilities they had. I guess the World Series was on live. I don't know.
Yeah.
1968.
Like worldwide live or like anywhere live.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the United States.
All right,
Like, it was
fine.
televised live in the United States would be my guess.
All right. Well, we know it was before 76. So
Yes.
68.
56.
I mean, that's my guess. 68.
56.
1936.
Oh, was that the
What?
German Olympics?
Sure.
You're
There
telling
they-
me they had
there they were.
live Olympics in 36? When did TV come on? 2034?
It was
So-
Berlin, 1936.
That's what I just said.
Olympics.
It's
Yes,
a
you're
famous
right.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Anybody know who won the gold in the hurdles that year?
Do you?
Carl Lewis? No, Carl Lewis.
Oh, wow.
Jesse Owens.
Bingo.
Yes.
Jesse Owens. Shoved it right up that old Furious behind.
Because
Say,
so you
"T-
remember when
Take
all the
this."
bad stuff went down, they have the footage of all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just shocked that that was live because then we didn't start airing live TV until like live sporting events until like the 80s. They didn't even like catch on that was a good idea when they did it in the
Yeah.
30s. It's crazy. That's wild.
All right. So that's
Weird, wild stuff here in the wide world of the Olympics.
So settled on the field. We'll 3 more Olympic events next episode.
If you have an
You know-
Olympic event that you want to learn about, let us know.
If you know somebody that participates in an Olympic event, even if they're not an Olympian, but they play in one of these sports, let us know.
Yeah.
If you think any of these Olympic sports aren't Olympic sports, please let us know. Not that we can do
Uh-huh.
anything about it.
All right. I'm looking forward
right.
to learning some more Olympics next time.
Keep
Don't
dominating.
talk about it. Be about it.
Hey, this is Bill with Vets to Refs. This is a call out to all veterans and first responders who've got nothing to do. You're sitting on the couch. You've got boring weekends. You're watching sports. Maybe you want to be a referee. Maybe you want to be an umpire. We need you to be sports officials. We need you to step up, help us out. Youth sports, high school sports, JV sports, college sports are all struggling to get referees and umpires at the game. I feel like you'd be a great fit. If you're interested, give us a call. Look us up, vets2refs.com. Send us an email. Watch some of our podcasts and get more information on how to become a referee in your area. Thank you.
And listen, here's the crazy thing. I'm going to send you a photo. They will sit on my neighbor's roof and like wait for me to go inside. They're just sitting up there taunting.
But if they're sitting on the roof, these ducks, do they then jump in the pool when you go inside?
Yeah. So they'll sit there and then they'll like do a flyby. They do a flyby. So I took a photo. I'm going to send you these photos when we're done. Then today they were sitting on so they're on the neighbor's roof. Then today they're on the neighbor's shed's roof, which is a little bit closer to my roof, to my fence. They're literally taunting me, just like, what are you going to do? You can't sleep out here.
The soprano ducks are taunting you.
I'm pissy. I do not get rid of them. I mean,
if they shit in the water, does it float?
No. It does not.
You got to vacuum it out?
I have to vacuum it every day. So then tonight I've got a peacock float. I blew that bad boy up. It's huge. Hoping
you might need a swan float.
And then I put every float I own is in the pool. And then I put CDs on them because the back of the CD is like a mirror. Yeah. And they said like a mirror scares them off. So we'll see.
I've seen in this, we may have to catch Jebber, but I've seen at my neighbor's garden, which is like a, tub thing in their front yard, and they have a stick with a aluminum pan that you would have a pie in, just dangling from a string because it clank, 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 clank in the wind to scare away
scares them,
squirrels or chipmunks or something, but that might scare away the ducks.
So yes, I think partially noise and other animals, so that people are like, get fake owls. Or like balloons with eyeballs on them.
Owl statue would do the trick every time.
So I don't know, but it's becoming a problem.
I saw Jeb.
I'm here. I'm trying to figure out my fucking thing.
This has been a colossal calamity.
It's so bad. I'm so sorry.
First, I'm 15 minutes late on the phone. Then I don't know what happened. Liz froze up. Then she logs back in and can't get onto her email. Then Jeb logs out inadvertently from his computer.
And my computer completely just broke. It's just broke. I mean, unless the charger is like fake charging, like it says it's charging it, and it's not, and it's just really just dead, which could be too. But the charger's glowing like it's charging.
Yeah. Check all those connections.
It's always something in the world of podcasting.
Don't stop. They said don't quit. So we're just keeping on.
Keeping on. I did not understand what is going on here.
So, okay, what do you think? So Isaiah had said to me the other day that his roommate said, your number is on the back of your shoe. And he never looked at the back of his shoe, so he didn't know what his number was. So then I was like all excited to learn what his number was. And then today I spoke to him and he's like, I don't know. He's like, the shoe number is the same as my locker number.
Yeah.
So is that his number?
That's his number. So? Yes.
Well,
so what's his number?
49.
49.
That was Bill's number.
No.
You were
Wasn't it?
59, right?
No. I was 47.
Oh, 47.
The 49, the number that I think of when I hear 49 is Vernon Jones from high school.
Vernon Jones, 49. All right. So that's a good thing. So he was not thrilled. He's like, I don't know if that's my number. I'm like, well,
like I said, hey, this is
gonna
your
learn to
number.
like it.
It's your number right now. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your number in the fall. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your number next fall. Just so that's your number.
That's your number, and just deal with it.
So that means if his locker's 49, he's probably over there by them 48s and 50s. Boy, he's got himself a linebacker and a center. Maybe two LBs next to him.
He said he's kind of in the corner, and it was a good locker.
All right. Well, he's already been to his locker. That's progress.
Yeah, they went to their locker. I think day one, maybe. They've been to the locker. Anyway.
Hang that jock strap up. Put them shoes on, son.
So
49.
You gotta look up some.
That's that lockdown corner number, boy.
What are you talking about? That's the best number out there.
42 was Ronnie Lott as safety. So hey.
Ronnie Lott, who's that?
Oh wow. 49ers played at USC. He's a dude who I didn't see it happen. Allegedly, he cut his he broke his pinky, and they weren't going to let him back in the game, so he told him to chop it off.
Really?
Yes.
And so, did they?
I believe so.
Shut up.
Jeb, can you back me up on that?
So they literally chopped it off, and he went back in the game?
What did he say?
He chopped his finger off and went back into the game. That's a hardcore dude, right?
I mean, I don't know what you have to chop a finger off at the game other than some pliers.
I mean, if it's like hanging, it's not too hard. I gotta write this guy's name down. This is news to me.
He was so Ronnie Lott and Steve Atwater might be number 49 or 47. Steve Atwater is the hardest hitting safety. Ronnie Lott would be number 2. And Troy Polamalu would be number 3. Steve Atwater was number 27. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But not that your number doesn't define you. That's why my boy Munson switched to 0.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Jeb, what's your story? Because
almost there.
We have failed.
I don't know why that's hilarious.
It is. It's fucking funny. I think it'll fix it. Damn it.
He came in kind of like ominously and dark, and then like gray, sort of. And
sideways is the word I would say.
And sideways, and then all of a sudden he poof.
Damn, it's just.
I'm done being
Guess who's back?
Back again.
I will tell you, the beard's coming in a little bit more gray on this round. Sideways, Jebber. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We are out of practice.
I'll be right back.
Wait, you're fixed.
No, I'm vertical.
Right. You're good.
I'm supposed to be this way.
No.
You're supposed to go the other way.
Be like this.
I know,
That's
but
how you're supposed to be.
It always makes me turn into landscape mode when I log in.
I know, but it's some reason it's working just fine. Because I'm in landscape mode.
Yeah, but he turned it. He's got like the other mode, and he's.
I'm just gonna hang up and come on. I'm on. I'm here. Hold on.
I'm here. We haven't even started yet.
What time is it?
It's too late. It's fucking 10 o'clock.
I'm trying to think of what I got tomorrow. I guess I don't have a lot since my computer is broken. Wow.
This is a fucking classic.
Oh my god, there's going. 2 of you.
We're live.
Yeah, we're fucking live.
Yes.
This has been the greatest footage we have ever accomplished.
I'm excited to see how long. Oh, Not that
There.
one.
Okay,
Alright.
so if you didn't know, there were two of you, and the second one just disappeared.
Okay, so I'm back.
It's been
Okay.